Hi! So I just want to come and do this quick video on how to have a successful long-term protective style so you don't have too much matting, tangling, breakage. And I know a lot of people who do wear long-term protective styles, they end up having breakage, and it just basically backfires. Instead of benefiting their hair, the long-term protective style ends up doing the opposite. I did want to come and give my personal opinion. I am not a professional by any means, but I have worn long-term protective styles and they've for the most part done me really well. So for me, I think there's 3 things that you need to be aware of when wearing a long-term protective style. Is first, you want to prep your hair. So before you even put the protective style in, you want to make sure your scalp is clean, because you probably won't be able to give it a thorough clean for a couple weeks to maybe a couple months, depending on what type of protective style you will be using. Then you want to make sure you're deep conditioning your hair really good, and I would say use a deep conditioner that has a little bit of protein and moisture as well. You don't want to use one that's just straight moisture based, because you want to give your hair some protein so it's a little bit stronger, so it can withhold the maybe pulling and tugging of the braids or anything on it. Another thing before putting the protective style in is you want to make sure your hair is fully detangled. And normally I say that because when you're putting a protective style, most of the time it's going to have some type of braiding in it. If you're wearing a wig, your hair is braided underneath. If you're wearing a weave, your hair is braided underneath. Crochet, your hair is braided underneath. Box braid, your hair is braided. Cornrows, like the feed-in method or the Ghana braid, your hair is still braided. Twist is kind of still like a twisting method. Most of the time your hair is going to be somewhat weaved in and out of each other, and that can cause tangles. So you don't want to have tangled hair and then start weaving and braiding on top of tangled hair. The second thing is that you want to make sure the person properly installs whatever protective style you're using in a proper manner. I don't know how else to say. You want to make sure if you are braiding your hair, the person who's braiding your hair knows how to braid so that they're not causing more tangles. But I do notice if you are a beginner braider, or you're just going to somebody who just really doesn't know what they're doing, they can cause more damage installing the protective style. So you don't want to start off your protective style with your hair being all matted and damaged and then continue that on months and weeks from now. It's just going to get worse. And the third thing that I think is probably the most important, and a lot of reasons why I feel a lot of people do get breakage and just have a lot of setbacks with a protective style, is taking out the protective style. You want to be careful when taking out a protective style. If a protective style took you 6 hours to put in, it should not only take you an hour to take out. For me, a rule of thumb is it should take you half the time it took you to install to take out. If it took you 6 hours to install a protective style, it should take you 3 hours to take it out. And when I mean take it out, I mean from start to finish before you step into the shower. And the detangling process is going to take a while, especially if you have a lot of box braids. You want to make sure you detangle each one of those braids individually thoroughly, because you don't want to step into the shower with your hair not fully detangled. It's going to cause a lot of mess. The water, I know sometimes water helps get the tangles out of your hair, but if you got a lot of tangles and mats and knots, there's nothing. Water is not going to help you. It's not going to just magically run all the knots out of your hair. But just start off slow and keep going, and don't be scared of protective style, especially if you had a couple bad experiences in the past. Try it again. I would say protective styles, I think, are very beneficial to a successful hair journey, and it just gives you a break from your hair. And sometimes when you're on this hair journey and you're always in your hair and you're obsessed over hair, it's good to have a break from it. But anyways, just leave in the comment section below what your favorite long-term protective styles are and how long you tend to leave your long-term protective styles in. And I'll talk to you in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.